The Run Reports menu allows you to run predefined or customized reports against the MailWatch database of messages that have been accepted for processing by MailScanner. Let's look at how the process works. Typically, you start by adding a date filter. We'll select Today, and for a simple report example, let's run a predefined report. We'll select Top 50 Recipients and submit the report. And we get a report listing today's top 50 recipients. Now let's go back and modify this report. We'll add a filter that specifies a recipient's address. And we'll select a different predefined report. We'll use the message listing report. And we'll submit the report. And we get a report showing the messages that were received by the selected recipient today. Now let's go back and save the report using the name JJJ. And the next time you want to run the report, it can be loaded from the pull-down menu. And next, let's look at the BarricadeMX Log Search menu. The MailWatch database only stores data for messages that were accepted for delivery and processed by MailScanner. So how can you get information about messages that were rejected by BarricadeMX before being accepted for delivery? While almost all of these messages are spam, there is a small chance that an email from a badly configured email server may be rejected by mistake. BarricadeMX Plus has a new feature that helps you search a small database of information on messages that were rejected by the SMTPF process. Since BarricadeMX Plus, on average, correctly rejects over 90% of the incoming email connections as spam, and a single BMX Plus server can easily handle millions of connections a day, storing even a small amount of this data could quickly overwhelm a busy system. To keep the database responsive, the BarricadeMX Log Search database retains and indexes a small amount of the available log data for only 3 days. This allows you to quickly find a message based on the sender's email address, domain name, or the IP address of the sending server. This will allow you to quickly find out why the message was rejected and the SMTPF message ID of the rejected connection. Having the SMTPF message ID will allow you to quickly find the complete log data for the rejected transaction by manually searching the mail log. And while the BarricadeMX Log Search database retains connection data for only 3 days, the system mail log typically retains all data on email connections and transactions for 30 days. And this mail log data can be retained indefinitely if enough space is provided. So now let's see how this new function works. We'll search for the sender's email address, simulated hg3@slvs.de. And you'll see returned the date and time of the message, the sending server's IP address and DNSPTR record, the ELO response from the server, the transaction number, this is the message ID, the sender and recipient, and the status. The status will typically tell you why the message was rejected. And now let's look up the IP address of the server that's sending this spam. And we'll see that this server was spamming many recipients. So now let's move on and take a look at the setup menu.